Alright, hey everybody, how's it going? Hey Super, thanks for joining in. Let me know if the music's too loud or if I'm too loud or soft or anything like that. I have barely looked at the setup because this is my first time streaming and playing at the same time. So we'll just see how this goes. But, okay, we've got lakes with landscapes on now, which is exciting. And I saw around 4 digs. I threw in halflings in first seat, and we're waiting for a 4th pick here. Oh, nice. Thanks, Super. So, let's see here. Okay, so halflings, formlings, chaos. So the scoring track looks reasonable, not super high scoring to me, though I sometimes have trouble evaluating that. We do have dwellings in the last round. Cult bonuses are a little bit all over the place. We've got engineers for a 4th pick. Alright, so engineers and chaos are color neighbors here. And there's a bunch of good pass tiles as well. I guess I should probably let these people know. I'm streaming. Alright. Okay, so it's on me to pick first here. Let's see. Alright, we want Discord to be off right now is what we want. Oh no, we got someone who doesn't want me playing slow. They're going to be sorely disappointed. Okay. Alright, so round 4 digs. I put halflings in. I haven't looked at anything else too much yet because I'm figuring out stream stuff. Engineers get spade if they want it. Chaos got big building if they want it. Which means swarmlings we get double dig. So halflings are probably getting an underwhelming start, though they can get temp shipping. So starting positions. Here's chaos, swarmlings. Okay, starting positions. Folks are starting in here. I don't like chaos here to start with the bidding. Engineers have a color neighbor, which isn't great, but they're pretty good on this map. They're going to start with the spade. Their opening town can get disrupted here. I'm just going to go halflings. I don't think they're the 40 faction, and I love halflings. What's up, Claybo? Yeah. Boy, this might be rough. I'm prone to being distracted pretty easily. I haven't been playing great lately, and I've never streamed and played at the same time. Okay, so Mystical Terra thinks Chaos is the best here, so my evaluation is immediately different. Okay, well maybe everybody thinks. Maybe we all go for 40 here. I'm also a little bit rusty on lakes, but okay. So the pass tile breakdown is, I think, in all likelihood, at least being on halflings will give me a second to think things through while other people are bidding. I gotta figure engineers in 4th seat here are gonna want... Man, is there any way for me to make this screen a little bit different? I guess... There it is, that's a little bit better. I spent half this auction trying to figure out how to stream. Where's that fancy new board game layout? Custom. Alright, whatever, we're gonna make it work. So I think engineers are taking spade. We've got like kind of all the good starting pass tiles here. and we're missing ship scoring, dwelling scoring, and priest. But we've got a spade, we've got a big building tile with 2 factions that would probably love to start with big building. We've got worker power, and we've got temp ship. So as halflings here, I'm probably hoping I get left with temp ship, since I think this is a relatively strong table. I think I've at least heard of Kerrigan and Mystical Terra. Let's see. So I think engineers get spade, chaos, maybe chaos want temp ship. They could take big building if they want, which leaves swarmlings with the option for double dig almost certainly. This is a hard one to evaluate for me, to be honest. In any case, if I do end up on halflings, I think my game plan let's see. We'll put halflings down more. I mean, engineers can't be that bad here, right? I guess I don't have a sense of the meta and how, like, on this map, engineers and chaos are going to get in each other's way specifically at the beginning. I guess this red hex in the middle, if chaos do start there, that could get kind of ugly. Swarmlings without color neighbors can't be terrible. This could be a figure out as I go type of thing. I'll bid him down another point here. Oh boy, I really do not want to be the one doing all the bidding when I don't feel like I've broken down the setup well enough. Alright, so starting positions. Engineers almost always want to go on this middle hex here. So chaos would have a guaranteed neighbor here. So if there is a sort of leech triangle situation going on here, I guess as halflings they could end up in the middle of it. And then engineers probably want to start down here. I guess I could have a neighbor in swarmlings. I guess as halflings I probably assume I have one neighbor in this main mass here to start, and maybe one other shortly thereafter. On this map with temp ship, brown tends to be pretty overpowered. I don't know if that's necessarily the case here, given starting positions, but being able to start on either of these hexes and dig either of these hexes in the middle here gets you a handful of dwellings in the first round. Halflings are a high comfort factor for me. I'm just gonna start there, see what happens. The other benefit of being on halflings in first seat here is that I can place my first dwelling, see where everybody else places theirs, and then wrap around, and yeah, there we have it. So I'm gonna be on halflings after all. I doubt my bidding was accurate here. I could be in for a rough time, but we'll see. I'm gonna start here, assuming I get some, probably 2 to 3 neighbors. And even if it's not a town, I think I could still do a 2-town game with a bunch of round 4 digs. That's gonna be my hope. In terms of opening favored tiles, I guess it'll sort of depend. I'm not inclined to go for Earth 1, even though this isn't a... I don't think this is a super high scoring setup, but it's reasonable. It's reasonable. Which means I could, in first seat, do something a little bit fancy, like start on the 4 coins, go fire 1, and take a cold step, depending on how many dwellings I get out. So I can get a bonus worker. I love Air 2 halflings, but getting 4 steps on air doesn't actually pay off until round 3, which is kind of lame, unfortunately. And since it's a round 4 dig game, I may as well assume that I'm going to take Earth 2 here. So at this point, I was trying to figure out stream stuff. I kind of fumbled my way through the auction a little bit, and I'm not super sharp on this map. So I'm just sort of waiting to see where everybody else places before figuring out what past tiles people are almost certainly going to take, and then figuring out where to put my last dwelling. Okay, so we get engineers starting in the west and in the center. So maybe they're looking to split the map with Chaos. But Chaos need a neighbor. So we'll see where Swarmlings go. Either way, I'm going to assume that the spade and the big building tile are taken by the time it gets around to me. Not that I want the big building tile anyways. Alright, so the real question is, where are Chaos going? I am in first seat, so if I needed to, I could take a key yellow without Chaos getting in my way. One way or another, I'm not going to plan on a town up here. I think that would require getting pretty aggressive. That's an interesting swarm lane spot. Right? I guess that's a sanctuary town? Surrounded by yellows. I guess maybe that's an abandoned structure, and then... Yeah, okay. Since landscapes are on, I'm guessing that Kerrigan's gonna go for the mega town over here in the east. In any case, I see no reason not to start here. I'm more likely to get a neighbor in Swarmlings sooner. So if Chaos start over here, they're totally boxed in. So I guess I should have thought through more what they're likely to do. It's landscape, so NGs can start in the east. Yeah, super. Something about hex indexes. They're sort of an eyesore for me, though. I realize if I'm streaming here, that's going to be a lot easier than me just pointing my cursor places. So with landscapes on, you're saying NGs can start in the east. So like E6. Is that what you mean? Oh, so Chaos do start there. NG's spade. Yeah, okay, so the past tiles are breaking how I'd expect. I imagine Swarmlings will want to take worker power here and have the option for double dig. So maybe they need coins, depending on how they think things are going to break. I know Kerrigan's a pretty strong player. I think Mystical Terra is as well. I don't think I've know this player. Mystical Terra is like 350 elo. Not that that's everything. Kerrigan is 360. Okay. Okay, so I could take worker power here. Yeah, Kerrigan. I think I played against Kerrigan the other day. I'm pretty sure I lost. Alright, so temp ship seems good here. Do I need the extra worker from worker power? I guess either way I can take the double spade. There aren't any super key hexes I've got to secure other than B4 here. Yeah, I think it's just worker power. I guess I should think this through a little bit more. Who's threatening the double spade? I'm in first seat, so I give power to Swarmlings. Something I'm usually better at if I'm not thinking about it out loud. I give power to Swarmlings. They're not threatening it before it comes back around to me. Engineers are in fourth seat, so engineers could get 2 power. I think I'm safe to upgrade, right? I hope I'm not fucking that up. So unless I'm missing something, this seems like a pretty pretty good start for me. I mean, E6 is going to be under threat. I don't think I'm getting a town in the middle. But I'm going to get a bunch of leech. Like a bunch of leech. I'm getting double spade and I started on an extra worker. And I've got a bunch of browns that'll be available to me through the middle here. Oh, yeah, obviously. That's what I was missing. That's fine. I don't think I was expecting a town there anyways. I do have all the leech I could possibly want and 2 hexes to dig, so I guess that's not terrible. What a funny start. So I'm just going to eventually need... Yeah, I think I'm going to just go for... I gotta take Earth 2 here, I think. I mean, there's no Earth rewards that pay off or anything like that. But it is around 4 digs game. I'm getting so much leech, though, so I think... Who's got power left? Swarmlings have power left. They're not going to probably need it for coins. Oh my god, this leech is beautiful. So I think I'm going for the priest then. Who's up? NGs? Maybe they nab the priest. Maybe they nab the... Oh my god, this is insane. Alright, I'm gonna pause for a moment here just to think. Alright, so I could have a short round or a fast round and end up on a decent favored tile. I think I more than anything else want coins so I can get a second temple outs round 2. The hexes that are available to me are a little bit limited now that I've been cut off of the center in terms of building out my dwellings and worker economy. So no one's got a priest in hand unless they 5-power priest. I'm going to claim first priest of fire, which means I could go fire 1. This is just so much leech. I could go fire 1 and get 2 workers going to round 2. So like that's pretty strong. The only thing is I'm going to want more workers later on. I think what I want to do is maybe pass on to temp ship if I can. Who's going to have a fast round? Chaos are already out of this round. Temp ship doesn't look too helpful for them. Well, I'm going to put off the decision to figure out what favorite tile I'm taking. I know I'm going to build out this dwelling on G6 here in the middle. And then the more actions that are taken... Oh my god, this leech. Love it. Maybe I want a coins action. It's hard for me to evaluate how bad it is to have lost a town here up in the center. But all this leech has got to more than pay for that, right? Okay, so how many more upgrades are happening? Chaos can't go Sanctuary this round unless I give them enough leech for another work. No, they're far off from that. Engineers have enough leech to take a power action if they want it. I still gotta send a priest away, so I'm having a long round. What am I doing here? I hope... I think I'm taking coins here. So now I'm down to 7 power tokens total, which is totally reasonable for me. I think that, if you'll pardon the pun, the ship has sailed on me getting temp ship going into round 2, probably. Or at least temp ship and a spade, so I think I'm hoping that engineers want to take a longer round, so that I can pass on to the spade. Although Chaos, regardless of what they pass on to, don't really have what they need for power action. I guess I'm going to give them 3 power. Or give them 3 power. And if they pass on to temperature, that's another 3. That could put them in the area. Either way, even if I'm not thinking as crisply as I would be if I wasn't talking the whole time, I feel like this is a pretty strong start for me here. I think I'm just in a pretty good position. So engineers pass. Don't love that. That means swarmlings will have access to grabbing the dig, the spade pass tile. There's nothing to be done about it. Either way, I'm building this dwelling. It'll give me a little bit more time to Alright. Engineers started water 1. That's either brilliant or a little bit strange. Okay, this player is like only 30 games into playing Terra here. It has a pretty low elo, so what am I expecting to happen next round? Maybe I have a short round and I just pass. I want that spade so bad. But I still have a temple to build and a priest to send because I got infinite leech this first round. I think I'm sending the priest off to fire. Getting a worker out of it. And then we'll see what Kerrigan passes on to unless they want the workers. So if they take the spade, they don't. Oh my god, this is amazing. I might be able to get away with Earth 1 here. That's probably silly. Either way, I've got 2 more dwellings here on G5, G4 that I can build out next round. So my economy is going to be insane. I am playing against engineers, though. So this is not definitely the least experienced player at the table, piloting engineers. I'm just going to go for it. We're going to do... I mean, our worker economy is just going to be so good. We're going to get fancy. Because fancy is fun. So I'm going to take fire 1. Even though there's a decent amount of... Actually, there's a lot of coins in this game. Whatever, I don't want to undo. So we're going to take fire 1. Ooh, now that I did it though, I do want air 2. I feel like the right thing to do here is just take Earth 2 and get the workers. But whatever, we're going with it. Passing on to the spade. So I have 7 workers, 15 coins going into round 2, which is quite strong. I'm still going to get more power from these other players upgrading as well. And it's all 2-for-1s, which is fantastic. So I guess there's almost no world where I don't build a second temple this round. I think I want to take Earth 1 if I can get it. I also score on the trading post this round, so I'm gonna use 4 workers to get this temple up. But I've got plenty of coins for it, and I think my worker economy is going to be totally fine getting ready for the ever-important round 4 digs. Super. If I lose this, you're taking my cat herder roll. These stakes just got higher. I shouldn't have taken fire 1. What was I thinking? I feel pretty good about this. I mean, I don't feel pretty good about winning while streaming for the first time. That's still very much in the front of my mind, but I feel pretty good about where I'm at in this game right now. My position seems pretty strong. I wasn't the 40 faction. What's happening? Engineers. Oh, and right, engineers are on temp ship. Wow, okay, so they are getting a lot of drawings out. So this player has not, it's like, this player has played with me like 30 games and has like 100-something elo, but this looks pretty strong. Except that they have water 1 instead of earth 1, which is a bit of a bummer. But in any case, I'm going to have a neighbor down in G5, G4, and a neighbor across the color wheel, which is always nice. Yeah, I mean, Fire 1 is good. It's just, it felt a little bit fancy. But it is going to give me so many coins throughout the whole game. And starting off with the 2-worker boost from Fire is going to help. I feel like whenever I send an early priest, mostly I'm worried about cult rewards, but also I'm thinking partly like, can I score on this cult to some extent? And with Fire, I feel like I could get 3rd maybe. I guess if I'm getting 2 temples out, I'll have a lot of priests coming in late game, and these culty factions are going to want to focus more on getting these cult rewards because there's a lot of spades and a lot of coins. In any case, I'm going priest to air here. I don't see any threats to my hexes unless I'm missing something. And my round's just going to be TP, temple, dig, and 2 dwellings. So unless Swarmlings are taking Earth 1, which Kerrigan very well may do, partly as a block. Yeah, you know what? I probably could have timed that better. Kerrigan has time now to take the coins and then upgrade to Sanctuary for Earth 1 if they want. Yeah, it's a good point, Super. If I get Earth 1 blocked, I can always go double econ. I don't know if that pays off this game. I love all these 2-for-1s, though. I've gotten... Oh my god, I've gotten so many 2-for-1s so far. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got like 7, 8 2-for-1s. Okay, so... Oh, you know what? Well, we'll see. I'm gonna build a temple either way. I think I'm still hoping for Earth 1 here. This leech, though. I think I'm still hoping for Earth 1. This Engineer's player is almost certainly building a temple here. I feel like I would. Maybe they're going to build out their dwellings. This Engineer's player doesn't look as experienced. And they started off by taking Water 1. So this might be one of those games where things kind of swing in my favor. with a less experienced player at the table, which I have been plenty of times, and still am in many contexts. So we'll see what engineers do here. If engineers don't nab Earth 1, I've definitely got it. Swarm leads might not even choose to go Earth 1 here. I guess I should start thinking ahead to my next round. I have trouble tracking all of the other players' games under the best circumstances, but streaming, I think that's going to be a little bit more pronounced. So trying to figure out what pass tile I'm going to get right now is just a little bit beyond me. Alright, so engineers go priest to water. Maybe they're going to take the priest so they can get the water spade. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. They do have a lot of open hexes to them. Chaos look a little bit boxed in here. I mean, all engineers have to do is take F3. And then what did Chaos do? And I've got a full power bowl here too. Okay, so Swarmlings do take Earth 1. That's fine, I can still get it. I'm still going to get it this round, because it sure is a great way to score points, y'all. Lame though it might be in some people's eyes. So the big question is, what do I do with this load of power that I'm on? I think Swarmlings are going to want single spade this round. No, that's probably not true. Swarmlings have a spade coming off the cult. Swarmlings might even want workers here. I guess the question is, can I get... What am I passing on to? I don't know. Doesn't matter. We're gonna convert, down convert for a coin, because coins are good. Temple for Earth 1 and figure all the rest out afterwards. This position still seems really strong. I'm not too worried about having a power action that's crucial to me being stolen, because I don't even know which one's crucial to me right now. I've got the spades I need. I'm gonna still have a pretty big worker econ. I just don't know yet what I'm passing on to. I think I'm hoping I pass on to... Temp Ship, probably. Alright, so Chaos are once again first out of the round. Maybe there's a way for them to just play a really tall game. In a way that I'm not seeing. Mystical Terra looks like a pretty strong player. But spades look to be an issue. Or rather, territory looks to be an issue. Alright, so Kerrigan does take spade. I guess I could put down the landscape, since inevitably it is going to be going on that side of the map. I don't think there's any way that they're not going to do that. Megatown and over in the east. Maybe they're just considering passing tempo here, which sure is something I should be doing. But there just are so many good pass tiles in this game, and I've got a pretty flexible situation. I've got 4 priests to play around with for the end of the dig round. 4. And I only need 2 of those to upgrade digs. I already have 1 more dig coming in. I guess what I'm eventually going to need is shipping. Alright, so Kerrigan decides not to build. Definitely digging this here. And I don't think that I want to delay. I think that Kerrigan may... Kerrigan wants to get another dwelling, which they definitely do. Yeah, right, because they need to use their upgrade. Okay. So they're going to take workers, then they're going to build the dwelling, and then they're going to upgrade. So I'm passing before Swarmlings, unless I do something fancy. Chaos I've already passed, which means that engineers are going to be off of that temp ship. So I've got my pick of use. So it means I got my pick of pass tiles, basically. The number of 2-for-1s I'm continuing to get here is truly bonkers. When engineers build on F5, I'm also going to get a 2-for-1 there. Just like the most efficient power via structures of all time. It's like everyone built around me here. Couldn't have planned it better if I tried. So again, I'm gonna assume this could be a 2-town game, and that could be okay. Because the way I've built my dwellings out, less than ideal from a town perspective. I've got D5 isolated over here, and I've got a 5-hex town through the middle. Alright, so that's another 2-for-1, which I'll gladly accept. I will take those all day. So now is when the other players at the table get to be annoyed at me for taking way too much thinking time. I sure wish the priest hadn't been taken yet. Alright, and somehow I miscalculated. Engineers, what did they do? They built the dwelling, obviously. So somehow I miscalculated, and I'm up to pass. Now, I could stall with a priest. Kerrigan has one more action. I think I want temp ship. Or I could get a bunch of coins. That's never bad, right? I could 5-power priest to Earth, which would get me that 3 spot. Playing culty halflings is a little bit of a weird move at this table, but that pays out a lot of coins later, and it gets me probably some points in that cult eventually. But then I am kind of short on power. Okay, if I 5-power priest, take worker power, what does that do for me? I've got 2, 3. Then I can't take any reasonable power action. This is dumb. I should probably just take... Should probably just take the coins and see what power action I get, right? I can advance ship. Oh, this is a little bit awkward. I've only got a minute left of thinking time here. Problem is I don't have any hexes available to me to dig, even if I pass for the dig. Alright, 5-5 power priest. I'm going to be getting... That's stupid. Alright. We're going to go ahead, down convert 1 power. Pass onto the coins. Which I think is a mistake, but... These engineers get the spade. One way or another, I'm probably going to want shipping for the dig round. guess the real question is, where am I building out the rest of... Where's my second town going? I've got a little bit of a neighbor issue unless I can make it up to B5 here. Yeah, you can never have too many coins. I'm going to be grateful for those later. Although I do have 6 worker income now, which is like a little bit scary when I want to be really building that up for the dig ground. I could just take... Here's a thought. I don't have any hexes that I can reach. Oh, you know what? I wasted that power. No, I didn't. No, I can take that. Okay. So, I think that... So engineers aren't threatening the double dig. If Swarmlings pass on to the spade, they might not be threatening digs either. I think they're passing on to the spade, right? I can't imagine what else they'd want. I guess their spade situation's a little awkward too. They'll probably just spade G7 now, this gray hex. They can make it down to H9. So I may have time to advance ship and get a spade or double spade power action. Chaos, I think, only want 1 spade as well. Alright, here's the spade situation. This is what I'm thinking through, but not very clearly. Engineers don't have the power for spade, because they didn't build the second temple like they probably would have benefited from. Chaos, that's what I was just going to say, Chaos only need the single spade because they had the cult spade on that hex. And Swarmlings could easily get the power for the double spade here. But I don't think they want it. So I think I've got time to get real greedy. I'm gonna down convert so I can accept leech. I'm gonna get the first priest to earth. Oops, nope. Nope. I'm gonna not waste power. I will admit I'm bad about undos. I know it's annoying to people I'm playing with. Just not quite as fast to think there's many folks in this community. So what I'm going to be able to do here, and I should have down converted more power, get the first priest to earth, advance my ship, and get double dig if I want it. So I think what I may want to do here is dig F4. So I guess what I gotta do is plan out my town space. Okay, Chaos won the race to the 2-key town, which I think bodes well. Chaos looks like they're really going to be boxed in here, unless I guess engineers might let them have F3. So I kind of like that they beat Swarmlings. Okay. Sticking to the plan, upgrading ship. Gonna be able to get double spade out, and I just gotta figure out where I'm double spading. I still kind of love my position here. Here's that one other 2-for-1. So if anyone's just tuning in, I've gotten, I think, approximately 1 billion 2-for-1s this game so far. I think it's actually like 10 or 11 of them so far. My opening leech position was just insane. I think having a little bit of a stranded dwelling on D5 is totally fine for that, given the color wheel and people's starting positions. So Swarmlings get their town. They settle for the 1-key town. So here's my double spade. I've got a couple different options. I could move towards F4 here. I could go for D7, or I could go for I5. I5 looks pretty good from a town perspective, but it is 2 digs for 2 X's either way. F4 looks like it's going to be an expensive town to dig that might lack neighbors, but I think it just kills engineers and Chaos's like connection or expansion possibilities. Now B4 is like a key hex as a triple dig. I guess Chaos could do this top stretch. I think I'm going to be a big meanie here. Say that I'm going to get 2 towns one way or another. I might get 3. Say that I've got a really strong start. I'm going to take F4 because I think it harms these other players. One way or another, I'm just going to plan to next round upgrade my digs and go on a big digging spree. I'm already on 1 shipping. 1 billion 2-for-1s, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, George. It's good to see you here. Yeah, it's insane, super. I mean, I'm actually curious to hear. I know there's at least 2 or 3, depending on who's still hanging around, very experienced players in the chat, to hear like just how commanding my position is. I feel like this is an insane start, and I would sort of have to throw the game away to lose it, but I wouldn't put that past me. But yeah, the amount of 2-for-1s has been very favorable. I still even just have a ton of coins. Like I can town up whenever I want here. On the bottom, maybe I do that next round for cheeky 2 more workers. I've got I guess it doesn't really do much for me. I could do that for another ship if somehow that was helpful. I mean, kind of nice to be in a good enough position that I don't have to think through my lines too precisely. Okay, engineers also good. Yeah, I mean, engineers also just seem to be so good on this map. You know, I guess the F4 dig doesn't hurt engineers that much because G3 is still available. They do have a lot of options. I was surprised when Mystical Terra on Chaos decided to start center. It just seems like they're so boxed in over there. I guess they can go across the A row and maybe make their way. Anyways, I gotta figure where I'm placing my digs next round. In the meantime, I'm definitely just building out the dwelling on D7. I don't have any more priest to play around with. I don't have any more power to play around with. There's no reason not to build this dwelling out. So I'm gonna have a big bonanza for digging. Oh yeah, I did get 3 spots, didn't I? Yeah, the old culty halflings. I mean, which bodes really well in terms of the coin income coming up. I think one thing that I am able to do well, so I'm like consistently in the 450 elo kind of range. So I'd love to continue becoming like a stronger player and like learning, shoring up the things I'm not as good at. One thing I think I can be pretty good at is if I can find coins elsewhere, like, and I can play a super economic game with certain factions, not building like any trading posts on their own until like round 5 or sometimes 6. Like I've had some insane games that way. What am I saying? Yeah, and in this game, basically, I've got the coins action once. I've got fire 1. I'm sitting on a coins tile right now. The pass tile. And I've got 2 cult events that I'm going to capitalize on for coins. Or, I mean, capitalize. I guess I'm getting like 11. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to get a ton of coins off of cult. So I guess it's just a matter of where my town's going. And how can I do that in a way that like is beneficial for me and disruptive for everyone else? Swarmlings are the only ones that might dig my hexes. Alright, I gotta stop thinking big picture and start thinking like what the hell I'm doing next. So, big building tiles available, worker powers available, coins are available. I'm good on coins. I basically just want to upgrade digs and go on a digging spree. So I think I want to take worker power. I guess unless I want to play blocky and I'm worried about Kerrigan. Admittedly, I've not been paying nearly enough attention to their game. I think I'd rather get my power back to a sort of workable place. And I love that one bonus worker. That never hurts. I'm gonna have 8 workers I can dig with, right? This round. Solid for dig round. It's not crazy. I haven't been sort of sacrificing my whole game for workers, but... Okay, and engineers pass on to the big building tile. Just a real bummer for swarmlings. Yeah, engineer's position doesn't look too bad here, but this player does seem a bit inexperienced. Although, they got a whole lot more points than me right now, but that's about to change. Alright, and then pass tiles. I sometimes neglect points on the pass tiles, so pay attention to that. There's big building and there's trading posts. I don't know that either of those are going to become relevant going into round 5 for me. I've already picked my pass tile going into round 4. So my plan for this round is just upgrade digs and dig a bunch. Where do I want to do that? I'm going to let engineers have G3. There's no need to waste things by making like a 7 hex town. I do still have 3 town dreams. What could be really mean is to build a town through here. E3, F3, F2. I have the economy where I expect I'm going to build another temple out during the temple round, round 5. So like that could always be a sanctuary town. I guess either way I've got to upgrade my digs twice before I can figure out where I'm going. So depending on what other people spade. Oh, you know what? I've got a cult spade too. This is wild. Alright, so where do I cult spade? I think D7. I think I want to make that a town one way or another. Nobody's threatening any of those hexes. We got a couple of... Unless engineers want to go for C6. Which is the blue hex in the middle here. In the north. Which they might. Unless I want to do that. I mean... I guess the obvious thing to do would be to take D8 from swarmlings. And limit their expansion options. Oh, it's already my turn. Alright. Swarmlings are 4th to act. And I would expect that they're going to get a spade action. Chaos. Yeah, based on the password and everything, I think that they're going to get spade action. So I can't spade D8 without having them take it back. Which is a bummer. So I guess I got to actually decide what I'm doing here. I think C5. I don't think I need to play that blocky. I think I'm thinking about this a little bit too hard. Oh, what am I doing? Alright, it's a cult spade. I'm going to dig ground. I'm gonna dig this 1 hex away from swarmlings. If swarmlings don't claim it, then I get an easy town right next to them and I cut them off. Pretty low stakes situation. Alright, so love that. Mystical Terra takes double spade. Secures their connection. Oh, I missed that. Okay. Yeah, so they're in a good spot there. I'm not going to be really encroaching on that side of the map very much then. I guess I could make my way down to H3 eventually. On the bottom side, down the west here. So I think I want to claim this hex. Now. Kerrigan's not going to dig that anyways, right? I've got so much flexibility here. For the sake of the other players, I will not play too slow. I will say I love playing halflings. Something about this faction is really satisfying and enjoyable for me. I mean, they can be kind of economic, I guess, and like taking. I feel like there's interesting ways to take opening favor tiles for them because of the steps that they start on too, and because of what rewards you can get off of those. All right. Time to upgrade these digs. So I haven't played a lot of halflings on this map. Played a lot of halflings on base map. But obviously brown, it seems like it is known that brown is pretty strong on this map. And I sort of had all the pass tiles I wanted this game to make that the case too, I think. Or I guess at least temp ship. So this round I'm going to upgrade dig. I only have one more dwelling left, plus the driller. So I guess I should be a little bit careful about where I place my dwellings, so I can reach places with digs. I'm going to upgrade my digs one more time, and then I'm going to have 7 workers to dig with. I'm going to have a town easily over here in the far east. I've got my 5 hex town here. Okay, engineers to their credit secured G3. I will gladly take another 2 for 1. I might have to go back and count afterwards. I probably don't care enough to do that. But I am very curious how many 2 for 1s I've got in this game. So if I have tempo on it, I'd love to take G2 here. Now that I've got a neighbor, it'd be great to cut chaos off from the right half of the map, though I don't think that's totally necessary at this point. And it'd be great to cut engineers off too. So I think what I'm doing here is I'm going to dig out C8 from a town over here on the east. If I can, I'll dig out G2, this red hex, for chaos, although I think chaos would probably gladly... I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I've been paying close enough attention to chaos this game. And so I'll secure G2 if I can, and hope for town there. Which, that's a cool little town. You don't really expect to see halflings cut down that way unless I'm mistaken. It means I need to like triple dig I3, but like I said, it could always be a sanctuary town. I'm gonna... Nope, okay, yeah, so they do end up sacrificing their priest for that. That makes sense. So I'm not too caught up on 3 towns here. One way or another, I'm just gonna upgrade digs again. Having 2 really easy towns, and then having a lot of other map to play around with, is not bad. And for chaos, I mean, I might still have a town over here in the southwest as well. Yep, thank you, George. I appreciate you keeping track. 1 billion and 1 2 for 1s, so that's good. Alright, chaos. I feel like chaos has been the first pass of the round every time. What are they going for? Tempo round next round. Alright, well, I'm gonna just... No one else really has digs unless Swarmleys want to throw around. Oh, Swarmleys have upgraded digs. You know, I totally missed that. That's wild. How did I miss that? Where'd they get all their workers from? Alright, so I guess I do gotta kind of plan this out a little better. Getting cocky here. So if I get one more dwelling to place, I could build a trading post to free up another dwelling, and that would have the benefit of getting me a town and 2 more workers for the workaround. So I probably want to end up doing that. That would be cool. Swarmlings, I don't think Swarmlings want to really do anything other than build out this mega town, hit the cults. So I'd imagine that they could get a priest action. You know what? I'm going to secure E8. I think I'm overthinking this. I know I'm overthinking this. With all the talk I've done about what hexes I'm taking, I haven't figured much out, have I? So what I want to do is build out 1 more dwelling, I think, this round, potentially to claim some ground. And otherwise I'm using all my workers for digs. I think even if Swarmlings come up to E8, probably not digging a brown and red anytime soon. So we're going to dig C8. Get the low-hanging fruit out of the way. Get my 3 points. So next round, I think we're going to hope to... I'm just going to plant a temple. All the copies of Water 1 are gone, which makes perfect sense. Swarmlings are in the game. Chaos are in the game, although I guess Chaos only have 4, so they forewent Fire 1. That makes sense, I guess. So Water 1's not an option for me, which does limit my scoring a little bit. So what I'm going to hope to do is to get onto Kerrigan's Swarmlings pass tile. Swarmlings still have a long round ahead of them, unfortunately. Because if I can get Kerrigan's pass tile, then I'll be able to build out my trading posts the next round for at least 2 points apiece rather than 3. We'll see what Kerrigan does. Kerrigan has a lot of opportunities to outstall me here if they want to. But by the same token, I think engineers are going to pass before either of us. And I think that they'd really love to have that. I'd really love to have that big building tile. Alright, 4 for 3. Feels like I don't want that. Might be a mistake. So, where else am I digging? I mean, I can also just dig for points, basically. I've got 6 workers I can commit to digs. And I'm thinking that I want to pass after Kerrigan, who still has some ability to stall. So, I'm going to dig this out. More browns on the map, the better off my round 6 dwelling round might be. And I want to dig 1 at a time here, so that's an easy one. George says Water 2 is an option still. Water 2 is an option still. Doesn't help me on Water Cult, but... What's the value in... Alright, quick check in on the cults here. So I'm going to be taking a town. Here's that 4 for 3 again. Do I want it? I might want it. I want it. Alright, so we're gonna keep on digging here. Hexes I'm eyeing to dig. I think I'm just hoping for... Y'all, I don't know what I'm doing. It's a dig round. I'm halflings. I've got a good economy. That's what matters. I don't even have to worry about coins too much right now. So we're gonna dig this one halfway, so we make sure we're the last ones to pass out of this round. That's what we're gonna do. C6, turning that black. Because it's 3 points. Points are how you win this game. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, but check in on the cults. I'm the only player with workers to the cults that aren't paying off in the middle rounds. So next round, got 2 priests. Unless there are shipping considerations and town considerations down in the southeast here that I'm not building towards now, I think we're just gonna throw all of our workers at these digs. I don't think I care to come along this bottom stretch here because I think it's still one neighbor. And I've already worked towards a town up here with one neighbor. So we're just throwing digs at the ground. Do I care to have another dwelling out? I think I do. I'm gonna have my own little TP party next round. And look at that, the coin action is available to me. Sometimes things just work out, you know? I'm getting on the TP pass tile. Next round I'm planning to... Oh my god, look at these coins. Look at these coins. So this round, my game plan... I'm shielded from kind of anything I have to worry about. Swarmlings have upgraded digs. But, can't really block me anywhere. I don't have a points lead. Swarmlings do look pretty good on points. Despite not even having error 1 yet, which... I'm sure they'll pick it up this round. So the question is, okay, so this round, I'm all over the place. Yeah, Fire One's amazing. Yeah, hey Derange, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, this is great. I'm glad to have so many of you guys here. So many. I mean, it's not a ton of viewers, but it's great to see you guys here. As all players who are very strong, and yeah, great. So yeah, coins. How did I get so many coins? Well, rounds 4 and 5 give out coins. Not that round 5 has yet. And I'm Halflings, and I'm on the Earth Cult. So I've decided this is my trading post round, so I'm just going to go ahead and build trading posts and talk and hope that I'm not missing anything. So the coins from the cult happened. I'm going to get more coins from the cult, and that'll happen. So that's nice too. And got on the coins pass tile once. Got the coins power action twice. I got fire one. Why not make the town first? That's a great question, Derange. I probably should have. The real answer is that I am still not confident in my ability to talk and play well at the same time, so I think that's a great example of me not playing well. Alright, so towns. What's under threat? What do I actually need? You know, I'll probably just take 2 coin towns. Coins are good, right? I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. I think I'll probably upgrade for Priest Town this round, because Fire and Air both still look pretty wide open. So I think I want to choose one of those to be sure to win, which I feel like I never have the luxury of actually doing that, but in theory it makes sense. Claybo's never going to question me again. Thanks, Claybo. I appreciate that. This is one of those games where I think everything just broke my way. I didn't even evaluate. Like, usually I at least evaluate the start pretty well. I at least know what I don't know, and I sort of can expect where people are going to start, what pass tiles. I guess I knew which pass tile I was starting on. I knew that I was going to be able to start. But in any case, yeah, this game's looking pretty good right now. So I think I'll probably take a priest, because the cult town... I don't know, the cult town helps me on a couple of cult tracks. But I am playing against 2 culty factions. So... Strange, you actually play the same on-stream as off-stream, but it's a good excuse. Yeah, maybe I'm just leaning on it as an excuse. I have not been playing well lately. I was sort of sleep deprived for the better part of a week. I just sort of tanked my elo knowing it was going to happen. Not that elo matters that much, but it's hard not to care at least a little bit. So yeah, I mean, so far so good. This is the first time I've streamed and played at the same time, and this game's going well. So I will also not assume that that's an issue. All right, so I'm gonna send 2 priests to cults. Everyone else is sitting on a couple of priests, and I'm not too worried about them threatening my cults. Wait, yes I am. Of course I am. It's a priest coin bonus round. So who's... I haven't looked at any other players' games in a while. Engineers could town up. Formalines I don't think I have enough for another town yet. So if I want the 8 power town, I definitely want the 8 power town, I would have to act now to ensure that I get it. Not that it's great for engineers, but they might take it anyways. But priest of cults actually might be a little bit contested here, so I gotta figure out what I'm doing there. I think it's more likely that there's gonna be contention on fire. It's a fire 2. I'm gonna do that. I think that Swarmlings want fire 2. Some folks will take air 1, but I don't know. It's like a very minor thing. I think I'm gonna throw 1 or maybe even 2 more priests if I take a priest town to fire and just lock it up. Call it a day. Workers town looks pretty reasonable. Oh yeah, I'm sure my play has not been flawless here. I think I'm getting away with quite a bit here, and we'll see. But Workers town looks pretty reasonable. Yeah, Workers town looks pretty reasonable. I mean, I guess with Halflings, I never assume I'm building either of my big buildings unless I need a sanctuary for a town. I tend to just build temples even when I should be building sanctuaries with most factions. Alright, Chaos take Earth 3. Love to see them fighting that cult. You know, they're going to build another temple this round. Capitalize on the scoring. Move up some more cults. But I wasn't planning on getting cult points this game anyways. So, the more these guys move up the cults, the more they're kind of fighting each other, I think. And with Swarmlings with a considerable point lead, I don't mind Chaos winning a couple cults, I don't think. Alright, so what I'm hoping to do here is get 3 towns. I think I've got that easy. I've already upgraded my dig, so I've got the points from that. Where else are my points coming from? This round, I want to build out trading posts, and I want to build out temple for Air 1, which there is only 1 more copy of left. So I should probably be watching that. Kerrigan, I think, is not pleased with how quickly we're playing. Alright. So...
The cart lived at door. I'm serious. He's dope. He's like an image of a glass man. You can't really see.
I gotta think about what cults I'm trying to claim.
So we gonna roll with that.
Because there are gonna be some more priests going to cults this round. And I gotta think about what town I'm taking. And I gotta think about whether Air 1 seems very worth it for me because I'm looking for additional ways to turn econ into points here. And that step on Air could be the difference between first and second or second and third. So these are my priorities. In terms of yeah, this game feels like a 25-minute game to me, but I'm sure I'm already at 25. What time is it? Yeah, we're good. I haven't ran my timer down. That's a sure sign of some amount of success, I think. Alright, yeah, so Swarmlings are fighting fire. They're going to be taking fire too because they've got the Mega Town, almost certainly. They'll probably take it this round even. So, do I care about second on fire? We're just going to throw a Priest of Fire and see what happens. Alright, Chaos take a Priest. So Chaos are going to fight me on air, probably. And Swarmlings fight me on fire. That's fine. If I get a couple of second places and a third place out of these cults against these factions, that seems fine. So yeah, so which town am I taking? Worker Town is good. Deranged. I don't know what you were thinking with Worker Town exactly when you suggested that, but thinking things through, if I want to build out all of my trading posts and a temple this round, or a lot of my trading posts and a temple for Air 1, I'm going to need a lot of coins and a lot of workers. And doing all of that will tank my worker economy a decent amount. So I think Worker Town's probably the move. Oh, and they're gone. Well, looks like I'm playing the cults a little bit more then. Alright, so here comes the Fire 2. 5 for 4 I do not want. Here comes the Fire 2, I suspect, from Swarmlings. Which means that they are a Fire 3 away from closing out Fire. So I think what I want to do is, since Engineers don't seem like as much of a threat to me, I'm going to give them some leech instead of Swarmlings. Take the Cult Step Town, get me some power, put me within range of closing out Fire, and hope that Engineers don't want Air 1, which admittedly they should want. But that's fine. Maybe if I'm still templing this round either way. Maybe I don't temple this round. Seems like a waste. I would not have thought that I was going to be fighting these cults like this. But boy oh boy do I have a lot of coins. Also, we're going into the last round, so I guess I should spend any amount of time thinking about what pastime I'm going to get. Kerrigan looks like they do not have a ton more to do. No workers to throw at the ground. What are they doing for the rest of the game? I guess they get another town. Swarmlings always surprise me at the end of the game in terms of how much stuff they can do. 4 priest income. Only 2, maybe 3 priests will come in. So the only other pastime that gets me points is the one that Swarmlings are on. So maybe what I want to do is just continue having a long round, although it looks like Engineers may be able to as well, to stop folks from being able to do that. So how many trading posts for so many dwellings do I want to build up this round? I don't want to totally tank my worker economy, but dwellings are next round, and I have, for scoring wise, and I have basically infinite brown hexes available to me, and hexes that I can turn brown. I guess the real question is, how contested is the network going to be? I am playing a game against Engineers. Engineers and Chaos are both on the left side of the map, so I don't think I have to worry about Chaos given their footprint right now. Swarmlings do not have enough workers to play networky. So really the question is, do I need to put any effort at all into beating Engineers on network? Or can I just get points greedy? I'm not sure there's much I can do about it either way, but I think that does affect the number of dwellings I want to build out this round. Air 1's still available. But if I don't build there one, I miss out on what? 6 points? But I get 2 more from the tile. Plus priests for sending to air might be helpful. I guess all the cults are going to be full pretty soon. I don't need that third priest going to the last round too badly. Just skip air 1 range. I'm going to just go ahead and trust you on this. So we know we're going for dwelling trading post there. I guess I'm assuming these towns are going to be a little bit easier than they actually are. No, not at all. I can upgrade. You know, I would love to get on that big building tile for the last round, wouldn't I? Because if I can get D7, okay, Kerrigan spells at least 1 action. If I can get D7 into a stronghold, I can use those digs to get down the driller up here and complete this town. And if I can get... Yeah, I got these towns locked up. There's no... That coin income is truly insane. So this is great, passing after Kerrigan. I've had usually going into the last round, I usually have to be very intentional about who I pass before and after. But in this case, no, Kerrigan just farmed towns, they have some more resources to play around. In this case, I just got lucky. I'm passing after Kerrigan, so I can, as long as I can stall long enough, I can claim that fast tile that they're on. Alright, so I get 3rd on air. That's fine. I'm still going to hope to get 1st on fire. And I can probably prioritize that 1st action next round. Just catching up on chat here. Gonna be hard to get that 3rd priest income. Would need to be playing the same game as Strange Engineers. Ooh, yeah, not outstyling Kerrigan here could be rough. Kerrigan still has a ton of points too. So one thing I was thinking in terms of stalling, there's not a lot of power actions available, but I could basically have 2 actions left. I can either upgrade ship, which I don't need to do, so I'm not inclined to do. There's no ship pass tile in the game. With a 5 power priest, or I could hard convert to a worker and get 2 more digs. And Kerrigan does have upgraded digs, so they are going to be able to outstall me. That's fine. That's a bummer. That would have been really nice though, because I could use the workers and the points. Alright. This player is going very slow. As long as I beat their thinking time. I feel good about it. Alright, engineers are down to 6 structures, 2 of which are dwellings. Right, 6. I'm down to 8 structures, all but 3 of which are dwellings, 5 of which are dwellings. And engineers are going to have a much harder time getting spades than I. So I'm not too worried about network. I think I've got that locked up. So I'm going to work towards this town. May as well build out that dwelling, get the worker and come back. So I've got 1 more action left. I think at this point, if I'm not getting... I don't need the spades action. I don't think I need the coins action. I've got 21 coming in and 9 in hand. I think I actually really want to prioritize the workers action next round. I think I need those workers pretty badly, and all the worker towns are gone. So I think I will convert through power to a worker here. Get out another dwelling and work towards this town. What town's left? Maybe we can get more into these, yeah. But lose track of all the stuff I'm prioritizing here. So town tempo is not that important. Engineers could maybe build 1 more if they get H4 here. Yeah, engineers can get another town. Chaos can get another town here. So everyone's got 1 more town in them. Which means I can probably assume I'm getting 1 of the 2 higher point towns. And that the last town is not going to score me a whole lot. But I don't have anything else to do other than build dwellings for points. And take care of one, which I haven't done yet, but I can always do next round. Or I would have to do it next round. Can we build 2 dwellings? Oh my god, you're right, we can. Yeah, I have just enough power to build 2 dwellings. It would mean that I don't have enough power for a power action going to the next round in all likelihood, but I don't think I need a power action that badly. 2 dwellings is a worker's action, right? Brings in 2 more workers. Love that. Range, if I win by a little bit, it's probably in part because of your advice here. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but it's probably true. Okay, so what is everyone else doing for points in the last round? Last round's dwellings. Who's got dwellings left on their boards? Chaos can go insane if they have the economy to do so. There's a lot of talk about how slow people are playing this game. I'm going to look at the times afterwards. It's probably not that bad. I'm inclined to say I'm going to try to stall as long as I can. Kerrigan's having a big think, which means I think they're thinking through. They're not thinking through how they can stall. They're thinking through whether they can stall, is my guess. Because how they can stall is pretty easy. They can. I guess they'd build a temple maybe. But I assume they would just throw digs at the ground. So what is Kerrigan thinking about? Maybe this will be interesting. Kerrigan could. Kerrigan already take. Yeah. So Swarmlings already took Fire 2. So what they need is more space to dig. I7, the yellow here, and F9. Those are both triple digs. So they might want to bridge to H8 to try to claim some of that territory and hope that I don't block them. And I'm not going to bother to block them. In any case, everything's coming up Millhouse here. We're going to convert. I think I want a worker more than I want coins. I might regret that, but I'm not going to waste more time thinking about it. So we pass for 8, which is fantastic. We get on 2 more workers, which is fantastic. And we get on the big building scoring tile, which I kind of think is only going to get me. Wow, so many resources. I might just do the. I don't really want to do all the math. I think it's only going to get me 4 points, but 4 points is great. That means that someone else is getting 8 points too, so love that. Kerrigan's already at 109. Wow. There's a lot of resources coming in. What can they do? They can still upgrade ship for points. They can dig out more of this megatown. I don't know if I'm beating Kerrigan here. I feel pretty good about beating Chaos, despite their cult presence and engineers. Despite, I guess, their network presence, sort of. Okay. Kerrigan takes workers, so that's out of the question. That's fine. So I think a priest to a cult here is probably in my interest. And the question is, am I worried about anyone locking up fire? Or should I throw the priest to air? And maybe the answer is I should take a priest. I don't know. Of these power actions, I get the feeling that I'm good on coins. Workers are obviously my limitation here. We're going to lock up fire and hope that other people have better things to do with their first or second action here. Because 8 points is a good amount of points. And I still have to worry about town tempo a little bit, so maybe that was misguided. Yeah, I guess I never built that 3rd temple, so I could be in a little bit of a rough spot in terms of towns here. In terms of having enough structures. The driller helps. What do I have? I need to be on 8, I guess 9 hexes with the driller. I have 4 of those, which means I need to have. Yep. Yeah. So what I'm going to need to do is build. I'm short on workers. I'm very short on workers. Alright, so I'm not going to bother sending a priest off to Earth. I've got 9 workers in hand, 2 more I can convert power-wise, and then 1 priest that can be a fancy worker. Yeah, this is where I think this point in the game, a little bit fatigued, not thinking through all the little stuff very well, making a lot of little mistakes. But so it goes. No, so Stormwings are just going to dig their way through there. I'm not going to count it out. I assume they just have enough resources to do what they need to do. Yeah, so I mean, I think I got to do the stronghold here, D7, just for lack of neighbors. Although I have 1,000,000 coins, so maybe not. So deranged, you're bringing up a lot of good points, and I'm not all the way there with it. I think. Oh shit. Okay. Excuse me. So. So if I want town tempo, I got to build this town out first. If I build in the east, if I build strongholds here, then it's going to give me a trading post back, which I would have to use as an expensive trading post on the other town. But 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I build the driller now, I do have enough to build the town right now. So if I do that, what does that leave me with? That leaves me with 1 trading post, 1, 2, 3 dwellings. Improve. I think I'm good, right? I think I'm good. Yeah, up converting. I hadn't considered up converting. That would be nice. All right, one way or another, I think it's driller time. And the question is just, does it make more sense to drill now for the town? Is there any rush for the town? There's no rush for the town. So I drill now on B6. That's what I do. Oh, I can't reach B6. Oh my god. Oh, did I just throw this away? I was thinking about how I could just build B6. Wow. These guys are gonna kill me if I undo. I gotta undo. Right? I think I don't get 3 counts if I don't undo. Oh, I just hate to be that guy. Whatever. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna see if I still have enough to make a town. I've got up to 7 workers. Oh no! Oh, what am I doing? I'm throwing this all away. Oh my god. I thought I had the undo. I didn't place the driller. Oh, the panic got me. Alright, well, we'll see if I have enough for another town. I've got 6, 7, 8 workers, essentially, if I need them. And I've got 21 coins. So Air 1 is a source of points for me. Building out dwellings is a source of points for me. Getting another town is a source of points for me. Okay, so I get a neighbor up on B6. And our engineer's going to beat me on network? Probably. Sorry for all the scrolling. Alright, well, first things first. Nope. Once again, messed it up. Wanted to build the dweller. Whatever. dwelling around. Oh, sometimes the wheels just fall off, you know? So the problem with the last town is that's not worth a ton of points anyways, right? What am I going to do? Hope that no one else wants the 11 pointer? That seems very unlikely. Hope that I beat Kerrigan to their town? I'm not about to count out the structures. That's a lot of structures to count out. I would be doing so meticulously if I wasn't streaming, mind you. No, deranged, you're good. Thank you. Okay, so they did manage to carve out their town space. I feel like everyone's having a really solid game here. We'll see where it all lands. Kerrigan's endgame points are minimal. They're not passing for very many other than their 1 points. But if they do have enough to get another town... Alright, time to actually count it out, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 structures. Oh, so they're not getting another town, right? What do they do? They need 18 structures? Yeah, no. Okay. So I'm just racing engineers for the 11-point town if they care to race me for it. Alright, well I'm gonna down convert Miss Worker. I mean, nice to build dwellings out this round at least. Yeah, so I think I got a fire 2 for the town, right? I go dwelling, trading post, fire 2. If I want the town, what are my other options? I can't believe I missed the driller. Y'all, that's rough. That might be network too, right? Engineer's gonna have 2 structures left. Whew. We'll see. I might still be able to pull this out. So let me actually take my time here, right? If I want to do this, I'm gonna need fire 2. Engineers could steal that from me. I'm gonna take fire 2 now. Because it could be worth 11 points. Oh, I can still play the driller. Oh, so yeah, do I just click on the driller? Yeah, okay. Alright, we're good then. Oh, no, but I have to dig to... Do I have to dig down the driller? Special landscape, don't you have to... Hey, Patrick. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so I built the stronghold this round. So I had so thoughtfully planned around getting the driller. And then I clicked the wrong button. And I didn't get the driller. I'm gonna assume that I don't need Bleach. Honestly, I'm just hoping I don't come in third. I think I'm still good here. I got more points coming in from stuff. Okay, so if I want to build the driller, yeah, I got a spade, right? Yeah, I don't have the hex for it, unfortunately. So the first thing I did was I built the stronghold on E8. I'm gonna build out this drilling. Oh no. I'm gonna upgrade this trading post. Oh no. I'm gonna do conversions. And then I'll explain what went wrong. So I'm gonna hope that engineers don't want the 11-point down. It would be wild if they didn't, but you never know. Alright. Here's what went wrong. I built the stronghold. I thoughtfully carved out my town space after much consideration. Too much consideration, some might say. And then I had D7, and all of these 3 hexes available from a prosperous digging round. So I built out this town over on the east. Oh, advancing shipping. Oh yeah, I guess that would be expensive trade post. Alright, well I get the 11 pointer. It was all worth it. So I want 1 worker. A dwelling for 4 points. An 11-point town for 11 points. It all works out. But in any case, if I stop distracting myself, I can finish this story that everyone already saw anyways. E8 got upgraded so that I could drill down the driller. Then I realized I couldn't get to these hexes where I wanted to place the driller because I was not adjacent to them. So then I realized I should just drill her over here. And then put down a dwelling instead of the driller. Sorry to be a tease. But in any case, it looks like engineers are not getting down their last dwelling. So that means we're going to tie them on network at 15. I guess they had to increase shipping to 3, so that was why. That's good. So now what do I do? I could increase shipping, right? There's nothing else I can do. Then... Or maybe I should have thought on the Colts. I'm not going to undo. These poor people have sat through my slow play this whole time. Alright, so I'm passing for 4 points. I've got network tied. I think we've got this thing locked up. Chaos Magicians do have a sneaky pass tile, resources, and free Colvins, so maybe we don't have this locked up. But currently have a sizable lead on them. Could have drilled A7. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm passing. Alright, curious what other people think about this. When, wait, why was A7 the drill in play? I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, this worked out well. I mean, I played it decently, but I certainly made some blunders. Alright, curious what other people think about this. The etiquette on the GGs. I noticed that a lot of people tend to, and at the end of the game, at the end of the round, someone passes out and they'll GG. And then other people are still thinking. And then sometimes other people wait until they pass out to GG. Sometimes I'll just wait, even if I'm not the last one to pass, until everyone's passed, before throwing the GG in there. And I know it doesn't actually matter, but I'm curious if other people have things they do in this regard. I've also learned to not comment on the results of the game until all the points are tallied, because I have ever made incorrect assumptions. The puns, I love it. Alright, so yeah, network clearly puts me ahead here. Feels good to win as Halflings. I do really love Halflings. And I don't think I've played them much in this map. The Lakes Arena season was, I don't even remember, like a year ago at this point. I think that was literally when I first started playing Terra Mystica, so I think I fumbled around on lakes, not really knowing how to play, never mind not knowing how to play on this map. So, I haven't played much since then on lakes, so that was fun. Alright. Bronze League, moving on up. So let's see. Thinking time. Oh, it's shameful. I was much slower than everyone else. 35 minutes. I was expecting worse, that's fine. Alright. Well, this was fun. Thanks for tuning in, folks, and for anyone who is watching after the fact. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah. Always good to have a round 4 Halflings digging game. I'm gonna see if there's any interesting stats here before I sign off. If anyone has anything else they wanna... That's the sweet spot for time. Yeah, I'll take it. Over 30... I always have a little bit of shame when I go over 30 minutes, I'll be honest. But, you know, I only really care about not timing out unless it's a bullet. Then I care about time, kind of more than score. Alright, so how many points did I get off the track here? Where is that section? Oh, wow. 23 points. That's not very many at all. Most of those are from the dig ground. Alright. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. This went well enough. I might even do it again sometime. We'll see. I'm doing I signed up for the Mind Sports Olympiad, and I don't know if anyone's planning to stream that. I don't expect to actually do very well there, but it's a lot of games in a row. So if no one's streaming and there's like a desire for folks to watch a stream, I might just do that for the sake of it. So, anyways, catch you all later.